It is very nice to greet you again. In today's video we will talk about the following. What makes your ex change their mind about breaking up? Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to get your ex back? I mean, if you really think about it from a big picture perspective, just getting your ex back means you have to change their mind about you. When you think about your relationship with your ex, you probably have good thoughts, happy thoughts, bad thoughts, sad thoughts. I think you get the idea. Well, if you're going to do this correctly, it's going to require a little empathy on your part. In other words, you need to be able to put yourself in your ex's shoes and try to determine how they view the relationship when they remember that. What kind of thoughts are they having? What are the good thoughts? What are the bad thoughts? Do the good thoughts outweigh the bad ones or vice versa? Good feelings versus bad feelings theory. Good versus bad. My favorite food is noodles. Of course, my least favorite food would be locro. Now that you know this interesting fact about me, what food do you think I would associate with a good taste and what food do you think I would associate with a bad taste? Relationships work the same way in a sense, except instead of focusing on how things taste, you'll focus on how you feel. In general, people are drawn to things that make them feel good and avoid things that make them feel bad. So, when you look at your relationship with your ex, do you think he or she associates you with good or bad feelings? Well, you two broke up, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say he or she associates you with bad feelings. How to get your ex to change their mind about breaking up? You probably have one of the hardest tasks in the world ahead of you: changing someone's mind. In this section we're going to cover everything about what it takes to change your ex's mind about a breakup. 1. There have to be benefits. I want to ask you a question. How does being with you benefit your ex? Can you make him laugh like no other person? Can you provide the kind of emotional support he needs? Are you the most special man or woman he's ever dated? In other words, what I'm asking is what sets you apart from the rest. You see, human beings in general tend to gravitate towards things that benefit them. So, the question you need to ask yourself right now is, how does being with you benefit your ex? If you can't answer that question, then you need to find a way to answer it. 2. Overcome any resistance he may have. The chances of him not wanting to get back with you are pretty high. Now that you know this, your task is to overcome any resistance he may have. Of course, to do that you first need to identify what his resistance is. Usually, if you think very logically about the situation and think about every little thing you did wrong or everything you know you did to cause the relationship to break up, you can figure out what the resistance is. Of course, sometimes he will tell you straight up what you did wrong in the relationship. Some of the most common examples of resistance I see are as follows: infidelity, neediness, persistence, controlling, jealousy, to an extreme level. 3. Persuading your ex through reason and emotion. We often find that reason and emotion are at odds with each other. Now, imagine what would happen if your emotion and reason were in agreement. Here's what you should try to do with your ex. Why? Because you probably have work to do through both emotion and reason. Remember, for him to change his mind about breaking up, he has to feel that getting back with you will benefit him. 4. It has to be his idea. In this section I'm going to talk about the importance of it being their idea to get back with you. Many people are so afraid of the ridicule that comes with getting back with their ex that they can't stand the idea that it wasn't their idea. For example, if you and I were dating, I would probably feel a lot better about getting back with you if I felt like it was my idea instead of you making it mine. Which is really what's going to happen. There's this constant need to feel important or in control. The thing is, though, that people often fall into the mistake of thinking that human beings are flawless when they're in the middle of a honeymoon period where the other person can do no wrong. However, the honeymoon period almost always ends, and that's when you start to notice your partner's flaws. Of course, an immature person may not take flaws in stride and break up with you because of it. If that's the case, then they're in for a nasty surprise when they realize it. You are an essential part of what we do on this channel. For this reason, we keep an eye on what you need, and if it is your desire to recover your ex correctly and effectively, you must click on the link below.